What if the most valuable treasure in your home isn't locked in a safe, but hiding in a dusty jar of spare change? Imagine reaching into a drawer, pulling out an old dollar coin, and realizing you're holding a piece of metal that collectors have chased for decades. A coin so mysterious, so misunderstood, that in the right condition it has stunned the market with values climbing into the millions. And at the center of this story is a single coin, the 1776 to 1976 D Mint Mark $1. This isn't just another commemorative coin. It's a time capsule from America's bicentennial, struck to celebrate 200 years of independence. Millions were minted, yes. But buried within that ocean of metal are rare variations, hidden errors, and pristine survivors that have rewritten what collectors thought was possible. And here's the twist that keeps experts awake at night. Many of these coins are still out there, circulating quietly, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. When the Denver Mint released the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower Dollar, it carried a bold dual date and a dramatic reverse design of the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon. It symbolized history and ambition in one strike. Most people saw it as a novelty. Collectors, however, saw potential. Because whenever a coin is produced on a massive scale under tight deadlines, perfection becomes rare. And rarity is where fortunes are born. Some of the most electrifying examples of this coin are tied to minting errors that slipped past quality control. We're talking about doubled dies that create ghostly shadows in the lettering, off-center strikes that distort the design, and die clashes that leave faint, accidental impressions like fingerprints from the mint itself. To an untrained eye, these might look like flaws. To a serious collector, they are signatures of uniqueness. Each error tells a story of a split-second malfunction in a high-speed process, freezing a moment of chaos in a metal. But errors are only part of the equation. Condition is king. In the world of coin collecting, a microscopic scratch can mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing payday. The highest-graded 1776 to 1976 D dollars, preserved in near-perfect mint state, are astonishingly scarce. These coins avoided circulation, escaped mishandling, and survived decades without losing their original luster. When one of these elite specimens appears at auction, the bidding can escalate with breathtaking speed. There have been reported market sales that push the boundaries of expectation, with top-condition examples commanding prices that climb toward the multi-million-dollar range. Think about that for a moment. A coin that once represented a single dollar transforming into an asset valued like a luxury home. It sounds unbelievable. Yet the rare coin market thrives on precisely these moments, when scarcity, demand, and historical significance collide. And here's where the suspense deepens. Many collectors believe that undiscovered high-grade examples still exist in private hands. Families pass down coin collections without realizing what they contain. Old bank rolls sit unopened in closets. Estate sales quietly disperse treasures to anyone paying attention. The opportunity isn't locked away in museums. It's scattered across the country, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. Start with the mint mark. The small D beneath Eisenhower's portrait confirms its Denver origin. Then study the details. Examine the lettering for doubling. Inspect the edges for irregularities. Tilt the coin under light and watch how the surface reflects. A true gem will shimmer with an almost liquid brilliance, free from heavy marks. Every subtle feature is a clue, and every clue brings you closer to understanding whether you're holding something ordinary or extraordinary. The idea that hidden wealth could be sitting right under our noses. Coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about discovery, patience, and the thrill of uncovering history with your own hands. Each time you examine a coin, you're participating in a treasure hunt that spans generations. And the 1776 to 1976 D dollar stands as one of the most tantalizing prizes in that hunt. Consider the ripple effect of a major sale. When a record-setting example surfaces, it sends shockwaves through the collector community. Prices adjust. Interest surges. Suddenly, thousands of people are rechecking their collections, wondering if they overlooked something remarkable. These moments create windows of opportunity when awareness and demand peak simultaneously. For those prepared, the timing can be transformative, yet suspense remains the driving force. Because for every celebrated discovery, there are countless coins still waiting in silence. Somewhere, a pristine bicentennial dollar rests in a forgotten album. Somewhere else, an error coin sits unnoticed in a coin jar, its owner unaware of its significance. The question isn't whether these coins exist. The question is who will find them. And that brings the story back to you. Right now, you might have access to coins you've never examined closely. Old collections inherited from relatives. Change tucked away for years. Even a single roll from a bank could hold surprises. The barrier to entry is low, but the potential reward is staggering. All it takes is curiosity, a careful eye, and the willingness to look where others haven't. The beauty of the 1776 to 1976 D lies in its dual identity. It is both common and rare, ordinary and extraordinary. Millions were struck, yet only a tiny fraction possessed the combination of error, preservation, and appeal that ignites fierce competition among collectors. That contrast is what fuels the legend. It transforms a simple coin into a symbol of possibility. Picture the moment of realization. You're holding a coin under a bright lamp. You notice a subtle doubling in the date. Your pulse quickens. You compare it to verified examples. The details align. In that instant, the ordinary world fades, replaced by the electric awareness that you may have uncovered something exceptional. It's a cinematic moment, one that has played out in the lives of fortunate collectors before. And it can happen again. The rare coin market rewards those who act decisively. Authentication and professional grading become the next steps, converting suspicion into certainty. When a coin receives a top-tier grade and confirmation of an error, its status changes instantly. It becomes a centerpiece, a conversation starter, and potentially a gateway to significant financial gain. Stories of life-changing discoveries aren't myths. They are documented chapters in the ongoing saga of numismatics. Opportunity favors the observant. The 1776 to 1976 D Mint Mark dollar is more than a commemorative issue. It is a reminder that history leaves behind artifacts capable of reshaping the future for those who recognize their value. Every coin you inspect is a question waiting to be answered. The suspense doesn't end with this story. It begins there. Because once you understand what's possible, you can't look at your coins the same way again. Each piece of metal carries potential. Each design hides secrets. And among them, the bicentennial dollar shines as a beacon for dreamers who believe that extraordinary discoveries are still within reach to open that jar. Pull out those old coins. Let curiosity guide your hands. Somewhere in that collection could be a 1776 to 1976 D dollar with the rare traits collectors crave, a coin that bridges the gap between everyday change and astonishing value. The next great discovery isn't reserved for experts alone. It belongs to anyone willing to search. And when you finally spot that telltale detail, when the realization dawns that you're holding a piece of history with the power to transform your fortunes, you'll understand why this coin has captivated collectors for decades. The treasure was never buried deep underground. It was waiting in plain sight, patient and silent, until the moment you chose to look.